into it.
Okay.
We're gonna start with Big Brother. Is that how boring the week was?
No,
to
I'm
you?
sorry. I'm struggling. It's
Okay.
Later than we normally. I'm
Not
sorry.
much later.
I need to. I'll pep
We would
up.
be podcasting at this time. Okay, so we had another week of Big Brother 26.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise, people. Tucker's out of the house, and guess what? It's still entertaining. We still had some drama happening, and it all played out in a very big brotherly way.
Yeah.
This was the week of the Chelsea HOH, and thus the week of navigating her romantic feelings, whether she's willing to admit it or not. Navigating her wanting to play the middle and not upset the two power sides, or not power, but the two sides of the house.
She's definitely playing the middle, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to catch up to her.
Well, yeah.
If she doesn't keep winning, but she wins, so it might be okay.
And she's playing the middle and doesn't really have anyone on her side.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
So,
Cam.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But I can't tell. Mackenzie was really like riding her coattails this week, and I can't tell if she. Well, no, I actually think it was simply because she was HOH.
Yeah.
Because in one of the diary rooms, she was like, I'm trying to work with Chelsea this week. And I'm like, girl.
Yeah, they do that thing where it's like, oh, well, she's HOH, so we got to respect her decisions. And I get, like, you have to navigate around them because she's going to be choosing who gets nominated. But you don't have to respect their decisions. Just play what's best for your game. But I think that's the only reason Chelsea and Mackenzie found themselves so closely in line this week, because she won veto and Chelsea was HOH.
Right. Which also led to Mackenzie and Cam confronting Chelsea about Leah, saying that Chelsea gets upset every time her and Cam are like cuddling, doing the head scratch thing.
Yeah. Leah,
and Chelsea did not just say, yeah, it is annoying. She said, me? No. What?
She's like, did I say something? I might have said just like, oh, we just need to make sure we're not, we don't want people to think we're working again. But that doesn't sound like me. And it's just like, it was embarrassing for her a little bit.
Poor girl.
So yeah, Chelsea's HOH. She didn't want to be HOH. She was trying to throw, but was.
This has been the dumbest season. I think these people are just dumb a little bit.
They're not playing the game in a very smart way. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah, okay, let's put it that way.
She found her way into becoming the HOH mistakenly. It really wasn't the best because she had to kind of put her cards on the table.
Yeah.
Or do like she did, was kind of try to way to stay the middle and not upset too many people. She, like I said, she had immediately had those talks with Cam about, I don't think I could trust. I think you like Leia and Mackenzie.
Yeah,
more.
which that's crazy. I'm not surprised that Cam then went and confronted her later. And I say confront. It really wasn't like a confront. It was kind of just like, are you getting upset about this or not? But she was like, come on, Cam. I know that you would choose Mackenzie or Leah over me. Y'all are getting super close. And he was like, bro, I have been working with you since day one. That is like what, and I've given you no reason to not trust me.
Yeah. They she was. I really don't even really want to talk about this. It's just so I just feel so embarrassed for her. But it was just, I think she was allowing her romantic feelings to dictate how she was playing.
Yeah.
Now, I guess if the move was to get Cam closer to her, it did work in the sense that he felt, he kind of solidify her. She was solidify things with her. She was the HOH. Had to keep that thing going. So, all in all, that was a big motivating factor. She wanted to nominate Leah. She weighed that over because she thought she couldn't trust her. But then she decided to go at the beginning the easy route with Chemo, who was he's Mr. Pond this season. And then Angela, who is
Mrs. Pond.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Pond. Actually, she's not even a pawn. She's just I don't even know.
She's always
easy
a
target.
Yeah. So that's what she puts up. And then we get the legendary veto comp.
Otev.
OTEV, where they climb it up. They have to bring back the answer to OTEV.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, I don't know about time wise, but round wise, the shortest OTEV
The
ever.
shortest Otev ever, because every single person brought back the wrong answer besides Mackenzie.
Right.
That is insane.
Yeah, the question, admittedly, well, no, the question, I guess, if you were just not paying attention, was, or if you would just watch the episode once a week, and it was a couple weeks ago, I could see how we might have forgotten who was the male that didn't get to participate in the first comp. And Tucker was immediately eliminated round one, which was a very short round, but it was still part of the game. But everyone took that as him not playing when in actuality it was Cedric.
Yeah.
Who was really truly just not even playing.
He was on the, what did they call it?
I forgot.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
but even Chelsea was with him
Right.
in that, and even she didn't think to do that it was him.
Right. And so T-Core was sitting on the sideline. She noticed, she was, gobsmacked they didn't, but Chelsea was the only one to get it. Which brings me to something people had pointed out. Like, that's all you do in the Big Brother house is think about Big Brother.
Yeah.
And the real players who are trying to win are studying. They do segments so that you see it on the live feeds, counting the days. This is what happened. This is who won this comp.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it's for $750,000, and all you have is time to think about it.
Right.
You would think someone would be studying.
Okay.
This means that.
Even on Canada, there was one season where this guy was like creating this diagram with food of like all of the days and all of the things that had happened on every day.
Right, and he ended up winning.
Yeah.
That's the kind of dedication it takes.
Yeah.
So that
Do you think they have rules against that in America?
I'm sure,
because I've never seen anyone do that.
I'm sure those rules, these rules change after players find stuff like that, because you don't want people holding food. They have ants problems already every season.
Yeah.
But it's like when Adam claim to fame when he read the name off his arm.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a rule, and the producer's like, well, guess what?
Yeah.
Next year it's going in the rule
Right.
book. So I'm sure stuff like that has happened, because I remember, I think people used to use chess somehow. I forget, man.
Ooh.
There was one season when they used chess to map out the game, and I can't remember. I think actually that's what done. I don't think there's a rule against that, but there's
I think that was
it
the
Tiffany?
cookout. Yeah, Tiffany with the cookout. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So they weren't studying. They didn't know this. It gives me a good sign, because she's still kind of someone I'm siding for with Mackenzie. Her being from Houston, go Houston, go H-Town. That she's studying. It's a good sign that she's studying and she's remembering these facts, because that's the difference.
True. Yeah.
You made it to the final comp and stuff like on day 56, who came second in the power of veto.
Yeah.
If you haven't thought about that since day 56, you have zero chance.
Right.
So that's part of the game. She wins, and lo and behold, Angela, who was on the block, will start turning.
Mm-hmm.
Butter starts churning. You know what I mean? And her paranoia sets in.
She can't sleep.
Yeah.
So she's like, where is everybody? Starts creeping around the house. Goes into the backyard and sees the 5 people. So there's
or just a random, not the 5, just a random.
Yeah. But
she assumes that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say there's the 3 thick as thieves, which we all know, Rubina, T-Core, and Chemo.
Mm-hmm.
But then she also sees Leah and Quinn out there with them, and she goes into paranoia mode and is like, they're all working together. I just know it. I know it. They want to just be hanging out here for no reason.
Right.
When, mind you, they were talking about nothing. Like, they were like, they showed them out there before she went out there.
Right.
And she was literally just like sitting on the lawn chairs watching them, like creepily watching them, and they were even trying to like engage her, and she was like not having it. So Oh gosh. So then she goes and I guess she gives a super compelling argument to Chelsea.
No, I don't think it was super compelling. Chelsea again all week was just looking for a reason to put Leah up or not trust Leah, and I think Quinn's relationship to Leah was the casualty of her distrust.
Why not just put Leah up?
Because Quinn's a bigger threat than Leah
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
True.
And Angela, is like, oh, Leah and Quinn are. I think that just was another. It was like picked at the scab of when Quinn told to Tikor and Chemo about the Pentagon.
Yeah.
So it was just brought up.
That
feelings.
was like one of the it was kind of like one of those, oh yeah, he did do that to us.
It's one of those things like you mess up once with somebody.
Yeah.
You may never mess up again, but all it takes is everyone starting rumors like yeah, we saw Jared again. I don't know if he did it, but it's the same behavior as last time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, and you can't. That's why you just. And people know, because Chelsea said it, Leah said it, they're all like, you can't really even believe what Angela says, everything she says. She'll just make up stuff.
Right.
But it's just how she felt. It reminded her, like, oh, dang, I can't trust Quinn.
Yeah. But but the thing is she really did throw Leah under the bus. Right. And then Leah got upset about it because she literally saved her last week. Right. And she was like, okay, like, I can't believe you really did that. And then Andrew's like, I didn't do that. No. But I kind of like the way that Leah handled it because she was kind of just like, you know what? I wanted her in jury. She's going to make it to jury, whatever. But
yeah, it's not worth it. Continue to antagonize her.
Yeah.
Because you just you don't want her as an enemy. You want her to be on your side.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have any sides. She's except paranoia.
Yeah.
She, she's so confounding.
But that's the thing. And then even Mackenzie. So did we even say that Mackenzie ended up using the veto on her?
Well, we were building up to that.
Well, yeah, so then Mackenzie decides to use the veto on her, and Mackenzie's like, well, I'm just keeping her around because I know I can manipulate her. Didn't she say that? Or something along those lines?
Yeah, I don't know. I think she just said, I feel like I trust her more than she trusts Quinn. Or, I don't remember her. She could have said that.
No, she said, it was when she was telling Quinn that she was going to use it.
Yeah.
And then Quinn went in. She might, I don't think she used the word manipulate. But she definitely said something along the lines of...
She's just not a threat.
I can use her.
I think she said she's not a threat to my game.
Okay.
But it's like Angela is a threat to everyone's game at any moment because if she turns on you or she sees you sitting with someone at the wrong time, she'll spiral and cause people to think a certain way.
And I guarantee you if she makes it to the end, then they're all going to be like, wow, she was on the block and got saved so many times. And that's going to look like she did something. Well, because she did. Because who's done that before? And even Quinn said that today in his message. He was like, if Angela makes it to the end, she's going to win. This 100%. Is not, this is to have the veto used on you, 3 times now?
It's a record. It's never happened before.
That's a record. So she can use that to her advantage.
Yeah, her resume isn't a joke. She's had the veto used on her twice, and no matter if you agree on how it happened, that's strong social gameplay.
Yep.
And then she's won the HOH twice.
Yep.
And so she to make it to the end, she's gonna have to win more comps. So that'll be more comps on her resume, and it just would kind of be devastated if she wins, but. It's not outside. It's not an outside chance.
No,
it's possible.
It's
very possible.
Becoming very more possible as the days go.
Right. So, yeah, so once she was taken off the block and it was Chemo versus Quinn. No one would vote Chemo out the house before Quinn. Quinn's just way more dangerous.
Yeah.
Way more of a threat. Way less stable. And I guess they all decided that they know where Chemo lies.
Yeah.
And that they don't feel he can win anything. But Chemo or T-Core and Rubina are such a solid 3 that everyone knows.
Yep.
I would also wanted to maybe take a shot at breaking that up. But I guess they just felt you can't trust Quinn.
Yeah.
But is he less trustworthy than Angela? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
maybe they just feel like if they decide to not listen to Angela, they just, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think they all think that she's just like, they're all just, oh, that's Angela. Just let it go,
Yeah.
But really, she's actually like playing them more than they realize.
Right. Well, there really wasn't. There was no AI arena, so there wasn't. Once the nominations happened, this was back on what, Monday?
Yeah.
We kind of were like, all right, well, Quinn's out of here.
Yeah. He tried to.
The edit on the show made it seem like there was a little back and forth, but if there was, it lasted legitimately the time that they showed of the episode.
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever considered.
Yeah.
Really, but the votes came down. I think it was 42 with Cam, Rubina, T-Core, and Mackenzie all voting Quinn out the house. And Leah and Angela keeping him. But I think they knew that was happening and just did it out of trust. All that to say, he got out the house right when things might have been turning around for him, showmance-wise.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe it was because she knew he was ultimately leaving.
That's probably what it was.
She allowed herself to be like, yeah, I have a tiny crush on him.
She admitted she has a crush on him.
But it's not
something might happen if she goes to the jury house.
I could definitely see something happen in the jury house. He admitted that he did not have a lot of relationship experience.
Yeah.
And that was obvious in just how he was acting.
Yeah.
He's a little smitten puppy, and I don't see. I think the powers that be, and maybe even he himself, were, again, I think I've said this already, hoping for an America Corey situation, kind of an okay looking girl, a good looking girl, nerdy guy. She's kind of, way more, how do you say? Not popular.
Experience?
No. Well, yeah, but experience sounds like...
Yeah, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah, no, just like way more natural in relationships.
Yeah.
Their awkwardness.
Used to flirting.
Right, and then they I think that's what, he was hoping for, but I don't see it happening outside of the jury house.
McCrae and...
That's a whole nother thing.
What was her name?
Yeah, I know who you're talking
about. They kind of made me think Amanda and McCrae, but Amanda was a little...
Amanda's way different than Leah.
You're right.
And McCrae is way different than Quinn. McCrae was more laid back, sure, whatever.
True.
And Amanda was Amanda.
True. Okay.
But yeah, in those walls, and I've never been. I don't think you've ever been in the Big Brother house, right?
No.
But they describe it as, it's like, you end up in relationships maybe that wouldn't have bloomed on the outside.
Sure.
Back when I used to work for a retail store, and that we used to call it, we would call it like the red wall syndrome in Target. You work in 8 hours a day with somebody, for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you develop a work crush. But outside of that context,
it's not really there.
Is it not even there? But you'd be like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so me and my coworkers used to joke about that. I imagine it's something like that in the Big Brother house.
But sometimes it works out.
Right. They won't with this one though. She said she's in the Chubby Guys. She's in Miami. She's from Miami, so I imagine she's, they're like a lot more fashionable out there.
Oh, Quinn's pretty fashionable in his own way.
But in Miami way.
Yeah.
I think Buena Vista Cafe, not.
No, yeah, I know.
Not what was the name of that? Tea and Victory. Quinn's Tea and Victory.
True.
She's looking for
Leah's Buena Vista.
Yeah. So little Houston hangout spots for you. So yeah, Quinn, it just has not been but he did it to himself, and that right from the get go, he was ratting out his own alliances. He was spilling too much stuff, and nobody trusted him. And so now he was heading out the door. He did get to see the actor from one of his favorite movies of all time, Kangaroo Jack. Jerry O'Connell had to step in for Julie Chen.
Never before happened. In how many years?
24 years.
24 years.
Julie Chen has showed up, done her job, and hosted Big Brother. 24 years, 24 seasons. I can't remember which one exactly, but and she announced
COVID.
that she had COVID. They just said she was sick, and she couldn't make it.
Yeah.
She had hosted the show even when she was pregnant before.
Yeah.
But now she just couldn't get it done, and it's good that she's resting up. You want her to be, but that's a record that I don't know if that's a record, but it feels like a record.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think Jerry did okay. People were showing I think people don't like Julie Chen.
What?
No, you should go on Twitter and see what people say.
Probably not, but
I think it has to do with some of her opinions.
I know.
And her husband was not a good dude, and I guess they wanted her to divorce him, which is,
just stand against him, I guess.
Right, denounce him, but to actively support him more. I don't think people really like that.
Yeah.
For their own reasons.
That's
I'm not
true.
here to litigate that. I'm just saying that people were kind of like, okay, do you remember when Chris Harrison took over, when Jesse took over? And that was when I think I realized, because I was like, oh, it's not going to be the same without Chris Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Jesse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesse took over, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's it's the same, if not better.
But I'm not seeing that here.
Right. I think some people are trying to push that agenda,
yeah,
but I was like,
no.
If anything, I was like, this just makes me want Julie Chen back.
Yeah, like that. He did not do anywhere near as good as Julie does.
And it's not I get it. Julie is not the greatest TV host of all time, but she's Big Brother, you know.
But that's her thing, is Big Brother, and so she has it down to a perfection.
And with her out, who are some of the people that you would have liked to see host in her place?
Oh, Rihanna.
Rihanna?
Because Rihanna's a fan.
Yeah,
she's a fan of the show.
Wow, good call.
She would be good. She would be funny. She would be
her
fun.
Interview, I would want her to definitely conduct the interview.
Yeah.
Of the evicted house guests. I think Arissa Cox from Big Brother Canada.
Oh yes.
I don't know. She probably doesn't live in LA, but if she did, she would have slid in perfectly.
Yeah,
I feel like
that would have been great.
If not brought more energy. People were saying Jeff Probst from Survivor.
No, he's got to stick to Survivor.
Yeah. What about the Big Brother? I mean, not the Amazing Race. What's his name?
Oh, Phil.
No, Phil Keegan. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have been good.
No, I don't think he would have been good.
I think I'm just thinking those names because they're CBS.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
But if we were to expand outside the bounds of CBS, which CBS would never do, they could have got like a late night TV show host, but they were probably, they don't, they film in the daytime. They're off in the evenings, even though the shows air in the evenings, except for the people I guess that are live, like Jimmy Kimmel. But I think any of the late night hosts, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, could have come in and done a good job. Yeah. How would you have done
as the host?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, give me your 30-second audition to be the.
Okay, wait. You're putting me on the spot.
The show is coming.
No.
production
You
assistant.
have to admit when. Oh, I'm back to you have to admit.
Yeah.
Remember when we did that teleprompter thing on TikTok and I was killing it, and you were doing not good.
You did okay.
No, I was killing it.
I think we both did about the same.
No, Jared.
I think you got a little revisionist.
Even in that moment, you were like, "Oh, you're pretty good at this."
I think you got a little revisionist history, but I'll let you have this.
No.
Okay, well let's prove it right now. We're recording. We're on. If you want to see this,
I don't have
it's
a
on
script.
our YouTube. It's on TikTok. Okay, I'm your production assistant. Right, you're right. The teleprompter just broke. Okay, but we need you to step in.
That's not what would happen.
We're in a commercial break right now. The show is going to start. They're wrapping up Ghost right now, and I'm getting word that they can't. Okay. We're gonna go this first segment without makeup. We're gonna need you to go to the makeup booth.
You're doing too much.
Okay, ready? And you're live. In 5, 4.
Hello, house guests. Hi, Brooke. You look so exquisite tonight. You have to at least do the house guest part. Oh my gosh, not this.
Okay, that was good. Although all you said was hi house guest.
Yeah, what? I don't have a script off the top of my head.
You got to be ready to go at a moment's notice. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Big Brother. I'm your host, Jared Johnson, filling in for Julie Chin. Julie is unfortunately sick. We're going to send the prayers up.
What? Why are you changing your voice?
I'm not changing
Yes,
my voice. This
you
is how I talk
are.
all the time.
No, you're not.
No, I don't.
You're changing your voice to
What?
like an announcer voice.
An announcer voice. This is an announcer voice. This is just how I speak.
Okay.
Hi, Brooke. How's it going? How are you doing? As I was saying, this is all right, no, yeah. So that's how I would have done my audition.
You're an actor.
I'm not an actor.
You're a con artist like Devin.
Well, I'm not gonna put people on. Someone I know dearly though was voted most dramatic in their class. And maybe I get it from them.
Maybe.
So yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So he got to meet Jerry O'Connell, who was filling in for Julie Chin because he was evicted, like we said, and he even referred to him as Kangaroo Jack.
He did.
So that was another thing. Julie Chin is so natural. She knows when to improvise. She knows when to react to the house guests who are like, shooting, saying she looks good or making a joke.
Right.
And he didn't really respond to any of the jokes. He stuck to the cue cards.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to do as a substitute.
Yeah.
Don't do anything flashy. Just come in there and get the show it done. He claimed to be a fan. I don't really know because he was reading off the cue cards.
Oh, come on.
If I'm in that interview,
Julie has cue cards.
Right, but she's, Julie will ask them, and the question, Jerry was like, Quinn, you played a solid, and that's dramatic. But anyways, we miss you, Julie. And so Quinn is evicted. We've got the feeds up right now. If we get word on who's the HOH or we see on the live feeds, we'll put it on the show. We'll put it on the podcast. Any final thoughts from Big Brother?
I think that's it.